welcome again to my YouTube channel. And yes, today we're going to be talking about something that is really important, and I think that at phase of everyone's life they deal with it, and we're all still dealing with it. The reason why I did this video was because this is something I've personally gone through, and there's no better way to express it. There's no better way to put out your feeling about this situation, because it's a big one. It's dealing with loss. Now, what is loss? Loss is when you lose someone that you care about, when probably someone that has been in your life, maybe a spouse, maybe a father, maybe a mother, maybe an uncle or a sister or a husband passed away. And I know that this is something that people don't really talk about, because a lot of people don't know how to process grief at all. You know, for me personally, it's something I never experienced in my life before. I never. So when I hear that people die, I'm like, oh wow, I'm so sorry, God comforts you. That's always the prayer I said, God comforts you. But when I lost someone, I lost my dad, it was something that I never ever dreamt could ever happen, because the prayer is for your parents to grow old and, you know, die at a very old age. When it happened, I think for the first day, first, second, third, fourth, I was in shock. I was just looking around at people and thinking that, but the world is still moving, and people are going around, people are eating, people are smiling. I'm seeing cars on the road, people are posting on social media, but I'm dealing with loss. I couldn't really articulate my feelings at that point, because it was very difficult. It was like they just put a weight on my shoulder. I put a knife in my heart, and I couldn't really process life at that point. It took a long time. You know, even till now, I've never really fully been able to get over the grief. It's 3 years, and I don't think 4 years. Yes, it's gonna be 4 years this year, and I can't think that I've been able, because I didn't anticipate it. I was just a day where I went to work and I got a call, and everything just happened so fast. So how do you deal with grief? How do you deal with loss? This is for people who have dealt with loss. This is for people who are helping people to get through loss. The first thing is to this is for people who are dealing with the loss of a parent. The first thing is just to understand that your feelings are valid. That's the first thing. Do not try to harm yourself. Do not try to kill yourself, because sometimes people who lose ones can be very suicidal because of the depth of relationship. Just process your feeling. Your feelings are valid. If you need to cry, cry. If you need to look at the pictures. Allow yourself to grieve. I think that's another important thing. Give yourself time. There is no time. People grieve for 10 years. People grieve for 5 years. People grieve for 1 year. But the truth is, it is like a circle that has no painting. And then with each passing day, the paintings that come cover the loss. You never fully heal. You never fully heal from loss, but things come and it helps to ease the burden. Of course, there are things that might trigger, like clothes, like shoes, like pictures, like moments, like events, because we are human beings in a body, spirit, and soul. So the memories we have of that person kind of triggers things. So like I said, it's very important that you are able to process your thoughts, articulate your feelings, and give yourself time. And also, if you need therapy, because when you deal with loss, it interfaces in the way you see life. You're sometimes scared of losing people. You're scared of, so little things trigger you, you know. When you get a call from a family member, you are shaking because you are thinking, oh God, I hope they're not calling about this person. You're constantly worried about things. So it's important to get therapy, you know, talk to a counselor. So it helps to put in perspective that it's not your fault the person died. You can't change what happened. Life happens, things happen, people will die. You're going to lose loved ones. It's what life is all about. But the comfort is that you had a good time with that person. You showed love, and the person loved you dearly. Sometimes people are angry because they felt like the person who died did not really show them the kind of love they deserved, and they just left. It's like God should have punished you for the things that you did, but you never really lived to really for me to punish you for the things that you did to me. But then you understand life happens for certain reasons, and if people were not in your life and they passed, whatever happened. You understand? So for people who are associated with people, it's important for you to just show love, show care, show compassion. Some people cannot actualize grief, and they can't really relate because they never lost someone. But at that moment, what you can do is send a message. If you can just be around the person, if you can send flowers, if you can be there. You don't need to say anything, just be there around the person, sit, comfort the person, send things that show that you really care, because it's in those moments that you really can see, or you can really the person appreciates your care and your concern. Because some people say, I don't know how to deal with this, so I'll just say, oh, how can I be of help? You can't message me and say, well, how can I be of help? And you're not showing care. I understand you. You know, some people don't even reach out because they cannot articulate. It is important to show love. The reason why I did this video is because I just wanted to put it out there. There are people who probably are dealing with loss, dealing with the loss of a loved one. It's never easy. For months, for close to 1 year, you are in pain, your heart is heavy, you can't sleep, you are thinking, it's almost like as if the world wants to end. People are comforting you, but you are looking. Now the worst part is when they now put the body down in the grave, and then it's like, I will never ever have to see this person again ever in my life. But you're comforted knowing that the person lived a good life, and you're trusting that your life is definitely a continuation of the life the person did not live. I think that is how we need to see loss. Nobody gets over loss. Nobody is a guru and has to deal with loss, but it's important that we learn these lessons. It's important that we learn that life has to continue. I'm not going to be here forever, but it's the legacy that I've left for my loved ones that matter. It's the truth that I've left for my loved ones that matters. And truth is, sometimes when we lose people, it changes our perspective on life and how we see life. I no longer see life as I see life as a gift, as an opportunity, because before, I remember when I would pass by a person selling casket, and I'd be like, so people die. Until when I had to go with my uncles to go and price a casket. Imagine, and I thought to myself, wow, people die. Oh, people actually come to buy caskets. That is someone's proof. And I was looking at the guy, and I was thinking to myself, why are you profiting off someone's sadness? And I was wondering and saying, how can you be selling caskets? But that is someone's livelihood. How? That's someone's livelihood. And when I entered the cemetery and I saw how bodies were buried down in the ground, and I looked and I said, so this is actually life. Woof, guys, that's the reality of life. It's something that you never assume. I personally never thought that. Yeah, I know people die, but nobody has died in my family that I know. So what's my business with cemetery? If someone dies, I say, sorry for your loss. But when it happened to me, and it's valid. Some people may say you are over grieving. Everybody has the right to grieve. So if someone tells you you are grieving too much, you have the right to grieve because you had a deep connection with the person. And like I said, it's important to process the grief. It's important to go to therapy. And if you believe in God, you have a relationship with a sacred being, it's important to develop that closer relationship because it helps you get through the difficult moments of life. Imagine when you were trying to pass an examination and life was hard, and sometimes you sail through. Imagine all those stages in your life that you passed through that was very, very difficult, but you made it. It's the same thing with loss. You keep going on and keep going on. Yes, some moments you break down crying, wishing things were different, wishing you could have been there to prevent them from maybe going out, or maybe if there's nothing you can do. If the person was sick or the person had cancer, there's really nothing you can do. It was going to happen eventually. Our parents are growing old, people are growing old. Nobody who was here 200 years ago is still living. So you're not going to be here in the next 200 years. So it's important that we just understand life. That's what I've understood, the lessons of life. Life is for the living. Life has to be continuous. I have to leave something for tomorrow so that at least the people that are coming after me can say, this lady left something behind. So that's how I see loss, and how dealing with loss has made me see life come a completely different. So when I feel it's time, it's time. So guys, I just wanted to put that out there because there are people who are dealing with loss, who've lost loved ones and don't know how to process it. It's very okay to feel sad. I mean, it's completely valid because you had a relationship with the person and the person was a loved one. So on that note, that's just some of the tips that have helped me to deal with loss, and I believe that people who are going through that at the moment, who probably need someone to counsel or advise them because they can't talk about it. People will tell them sorry, but you don't really know how the person is feeling. You can only say sorry because you think you have an idea. You do not know. So that's it, guys. Let me know what you think. If you've been through it, let me know. Please comment down below. Let's know what your thoughts are on dealing with loss and how you've been able to navigate it. But like I said, please make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and follow my YouTube channel. I'll see you again for another exciting video next time. Bye, guys.